Hello everyone. Welcome to the world of magic and fairies. Today our story is about the princess and the three tests. Once upon a time in a kingdom far away, there lived a princess renowned for her kindness and intelligence. However, fate took a cruel turn when she disobeyed a powerful fairy, who cursed her. Transformed into a goat and banished to a secluded castle deep within the forest, the princess could only be freed by a brave prince willing to face 3 grueling tests alone. News of the cursed princess reached a neighboring prince, known for his courage and sharp mind. While hunting in the forest, he stumbled upon the Golden Lion Castle, the princess's hidden abode. Inside, he encountered the goat princess, who explained her plight. Despite his empathy, the prince, determined to prove his worth solely on his own merit, politely declined her assistance. He would face the trials with only his wit and fortitude. The first night, the fairy presented the prince with 3 riddles, cryptic challenges testing his knowledge and logic. The temptation to seek the goat princess's help was strong, but the prince focused his mind. Drawing on his education and past experiences, he unraveled the riddles one by one before dawn's light broke. The second night, the test shifted to a series of magical puzzles. Enchantments warped the castle halls, creating illusions and manipulating reality. The prince, relying on his keen observation and deductive reasoning, navigated the challenges. He identified patterns, deciphered hidden clues within the illusions, and finally solved each puzzle, proving his resourcefulness. On the final night, the fairy presented a moral dilemma. 3 magnificent objects shimmered before him, each imbued with a powerful temptation. One promised untold riches, another offered invincible strength, and the third whispered of eternal youth. Despite their allure, the prince remembered the cursed princess and the reason for facing these trials. He recognized the darkness within each object, and the consequences of succumbing to greed, violence, or the avoidance of growth. With unwavering resolve, he rejected all temptations, proving his strength of character. As the final test concluded, the castle pulsed with vibrant energy. The goat princess, bathed in golden light, transformed back into her beautiful human form. The fairy's curse was broken by the prince's own courage, intelligence, and unwavering moral compass. Their love blossoming, the prince readily agreed to marry the princess. However, she surprised him with an unexpected condition. He must return to his kingdom and complete his studies for 3 years before their wedding. She promised to visit him once a year during that time. The prince, eager to prove himself even further, accepted the condition and set off on his journey. The princess accompanied him to a nearby stream, where she instructed him to meet her every year on the same day. She warned him to be wary of an old woman who would try to interfere with their meetings. The prince returned to his kingdom and dedicated himself to his studies. A year passed, and he eagerly awaited his reunion with the princess. On the appointed day, he arrived at the stream, only to be accosted by the old woman. As he inhaled the scent of the flowers she offered, he fell into a deep slumber. Devastated, the princess found him unconscious and the old woman gone. With a heavy heart and a handkerchief left by his side, she returned to her home. The prince awoke to find the princess's handkerchief, and despair gnawed at him. He continued his studies, determined to win back the princess's love. The second and third years unfolded similarly. Despite the prince's growing suspicion and attempts to thwart her, the old woman, aided by his slumber-inducing flowers, ensured he missed their meetings, each time leaving the princess with a handkerchief and a broken heart. Grief-stricken, the prince knew he had to make amends. He set off on a desperate journey to the Golden Lion Castle. After days of travel, he stumbled upon a hidden kingdom ruled by the king of furry animals. Though none of the animals knew the castle's location, the king of feathered animals summoned his avian subjects. Just then, a tardy goose arrived, fresh from the princess's pre-wedding preparations at the castle of the 3 golden lions. Learning of the princess's imminent wedding in 3 days, the prince struck a deal. He provided the goose with a bounty of nutritious food, ensuring its strength for the long flight. Despite the strenuous journey, the goose delivered him to the castle just hours before the ceremony. Disguised, the prince offered his services for the wedding preparations. As he worked, he strategically placed the 3 handkerchiefs left behind by the princess at their meetings in plain sight. Recognizing them, the princess discovered the truth and banished the suitor, who was none other than the old woman's son. With the villain exposed, the princess joyfully reunited with the prince who had proven his love and perseverance. Just like bedtime whispers the day goodbye, our fairy tale has reached its end. Thank you for watching. Here's a special song to help you drift off to dreamland. Good night, sweet dreams, everyone.